I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the Best Rapper in LA podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. What up, though? The third part to the Murray's Revenge saga. Kind of like, part one was kind of part walk like a man, but can we get this done in 4? Shout out to everybody hitting the DMs with feedback. Appreciate you. If I haven't had time to hit you back, know that it's just timing is crazy right now with this marathon coming up. Right now it's Thursday, so I'll have a story for y'all next week. We're going to one a week again, and I hope that you are still on board for that. I never got anything from anyone saying that they needed one extra one a week, so it's good that we're not overworking. Rob, he has a wife and a life. Most of you do have a wife and a life. Rob is Van Vranken. Hopefully I didn't fuck it up. As a producer, he's also producing the Questions Hip Hop podcast for my homeboy Sean Kantrowitz. 2 of my friends with unique last names working together. Sean is a consummate podcaster and producer. He's produced a couple songs for me, 5 songs exactly the past year. Hockey song.
Everybody iced out, but don't nobody in rap got a hockey stick, ice skates, or a slap shot. Bunch of men on ice with sticks chasing a black rock. Trying to win the cup, that's the jackpot. We got the Kings, we got the Canucks, Coyotes, Jets, Predators, and the Ducks.
Shut the Fuck Up featuring Oswin Benjamin, who's online right now, ripping it at La Russell's backyard house. If you want to check out Oswin Benjamin at his best.
My environment's made leviathans. I had to see monsters grow here without biotin. Fellas look for God inside Rikers and find enlightenment. Got most of their questions answered on the island like Iverson. What? I grew up on quiet girls.
I just read it because I have to watch Instagram on mute because the kids are usually asleep when I get a chance to scroll. But his bars are phenomenal. Then we have Moon Juice Cashews.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a PM Dawn Renaissance. Hypercolor t-shirts and Benetton. No beef for KRS cause of old age. He throw his back out trying to throw me off stage. But I don't engage with the foul talk. I'd rather connect thoughts to make a child walk. I studied under Wu-Tang, RZA produced me.
And we have God's Work 2, where he sampled My Son.
Work, fucking work, fucking.
You punch in, then you punch out. You confront your boss, then punch him in his mouth. You out of work now, selling perks now? Is it worse now, or was it worthwhile? Your paycheck tell you what your time is worth. But is that really the reason you put up on this earth? Don't get me wrong, I ain't hating no...
And then the final song, Can I Get It? Hockey, Moon Juice, Shut the Fuck Up, God's Work 2, and Trillionaire Thug Relaxation, which is a revamp of Electric Relaxation, which I love performing.
The most magnificent, hardest worker in indie rap recipient, award given, on tour living, legendary on 10 like Mike Bivens. Found the culture in the 80s and I stayed down, reciting Aisha out on the playground. Overalls with one strap down when I picked up the strap.
Based on the Trillionaire Thugs NFT community, shout out to them. And listen to the Questions Hip Hop. He has a board game published by Random House or Penguin or something like that. Some big time people did his trivia game. It's dope, for sale on Amazon. And he's doing, this week it was he does Making Illmatic, where you take an album and chop it down in 10 songs. This month they fucked up, or week or whatever, they fucked up and tried to do Stakes is High, people. Why? And I like to say that's why me and Ninth Wonders, most of our albums are only 10 songs. So you can't do that to us, Sean. You will not get a chance to do that to this series. Maybe you could do it at Brighter Days, but that's easy to chop us down to 10. Because that's what we do, is 10 songs. So we'll get to that soon. Just 2 more commercials. Shout out to Cobweb. He has a podcast. If you like horror and hip hop, check out Cast of the Pod. Cast of the Pod. If you're a podcast listener, I was on there way back in the day. And then as always, the Bomb Shelter app. If you have kids and you love underground indie hip hop and you don't want your kids hearing curse words, they're not heathens like my children. My children aren't heathens, but they do curse a lot. And we listen to that. We have a 3-strike rule with the N-word, and it really hurts my feelings. And I can get by with it if it's Biggie or Pac, because I can say, look, he's dead. Let daddy listen. Let Papai listen to the dead homies. But if you say the N-word more than 3 times, they will throw you out of rotation. But other than that, fuck, shit, damn, they're all with it. But if you're not like me and you're a parent that likes the clean version, I understand. I respect it. Not all children are children of rappers. Bomb Shelter app is great. And the Bomb Shelter app is great too, because they get the N-word for me and my kids. So it's perfect for all, whatever your spectrum of 4-letter words or 5-letter words with your children are. The Bomb Shelter app takes care of all those problems, but you can still hear Aesop Rock, Murs, Atmosphere, Marlon Craft, Code of the Friend, Grouch, Eli, Lucky I Am, Sunspot, Living Legends, Blueprint, everyone that is in our collective. Run the Jewels. I had to turn off Ooh La La Ah Wee Wee because Killer Mike loves saying the N-word. But now, if I listen to it on the Bomb Shelter app, so it's a radio station program, app free, clean versions of what quote unquote real hip hop. Download it, and it couldn't hurt. And even if you don't need clean version, you don't have kids, it's just a great way to listen to new underground hip hop along with the classic underground hip hop, because there's still new artists making great classic hip hop. And Bomb Shelter and .com and Buddha, they put in the effort to find it for us, for those of us who don't have time. And there's so much. That's it. Let's get into it. We left off at Silly Girl, so we're picking up at Barbershop.
The barbershop, you know the rules. No fighting, no cussing, no cousin, no blooding. Now sit yourself down and act like you got some sense. Now I step through the door in the flyest pair of dunks. Quit lying, you ain't seen these at Foot Locker chump. And I ain't about to argue shoe game with you punks who don't know Air Jordans from some Reebok pumps. And out of 23, 13 was the hottest. If it's rare and it goes on your foot, then I got it. I'm at undefeated off La Brea, playing modest while you running up to eBay to empty out your pocket.
Off top, 9th, with his country ass, with his country black ass. Said, all right, so you and Pooh gonna do I can't do, my knife impersonation is bad right now. But y'all gonna do barbershop. He was saying Bobby Chop, because it's a chop of a Bobby Caldwell sample, I believe. Bobby Chop. I'm the country mouse and the city mouse. I'm the city mouse. What I hear is barbershop, because I speak the Queen's English. And what he is saying is Bobby Chop. I know that Pooh's got to get on it. Also, the woman I'm currently dating has a family member. When I'm saying currently dating, it's my wife. My wife has a family member. What she was explaining, I don't know, I think that when Pooh was going on tour with me or something was happening with Pooh. She said, oh, him and his friend Pooh, Big Pooh. She said, Big Pooh? Big Pooh? Like, who wants to be named Pooh? That's disgusting. I've never thought of Pooh any other way than like a term of endearment, Pooh Bear. Like my brother's best friend, rest in peace, his name is Pooh. It's just Pooh. Like, no, we don't say take a poo. And as far as I know, I didn't grow up with black people that said that. So when she equated his name to a big shit, oh, because she kept saying, I was like, well, what's wrong with Pooh? She doesn't like Pooh Bear? She doesn't like, and she's like, no, like poop. My wife had to like spell it out for her. I was like, oh my God, this does not translate across cultural lines in some cultures. Pooh, also could be short for Pookie. And Prof is the first white person I know to call himself Pookie. Okay, Ali, you just left me 20 minutes worth of voice notes. That's my drive home music. I was going to incorporate it since we're talking about Prof, and I thought Minneapolis, and Ali had just left me a WhatsApp. Woo! I'm going to get to that later. But if you haven't donated to the Zakat Fund, zakat.org/Brother Ali, and make sure there are children in Yemen and Sudan and in Palestine suffering, right? Men, women, and children, family suffering. This is just about food. It's not about your fucking politics or your religion. Getting food to people who are civilians, victims, and humans suffering right now. I'm not qualified to speak on politics or religion, so I'm going to leave that there, but I can always get behind feeding children. So back to the barbershop. Step through the store and flash pair of dunks. We can go on. We could do a whole episode on sneakers. I'm going to try to keep this short. We talked about it a bit. The end of the beginning. Skate song made for my homies at Liberty Board Shop. I came into the skate shop. I hadn't seen Nikes in the skate shop forever. The Stevie Williams, we talked last week about the Jason Dills, the Stevie Williams. There's a shoe brand called Sheep. Big clunky shoes. I never really, even though Osiris gave us bags, I never really was a D3 person. I'm not an Osiris fan, but iPaths, I tried to rock those because they were vegan, but they weren't ever fitting my foot right. Like, skate shoes weren't fitting my foot right. The Stevie Williams were great, and the Jason Dills were okay. I suffered through those because I loved how they look, and I love Dill. But when I saw Nikes in there, I was like, oh, Nike has a skate shoe? Fuck. Okay, give me that. It was a unique color. I think my first ones were the Obsidian and Black Gray Gio Iannucci. I don't know if they were Gino shoes. They're Gino, Reese Forbes. I used to know the whole starting lineup by it, but, like, not very huge name skaters. Like, I think, like, Costin, Frostin, all the mega stars were kind of, I think, leery at first to how, Danny Supa, and I never got the Supa being a Knicks fan. I think they purposely hid those because I was a Knicks fan at the time. I was born a Clippers fan. I changed it. We were going through my process here. But I think because there were so many Laker fans at that skate shop that they did not allow me to have the Supas. But so they were the Reese Fours. They were like a kangaroo suede brown on brown. I put those on Instagram the other day. I still have them 20 years later. Everything, this material, it was so well made. And then they had the SB soles, which were new. They were so comfortable. I came back the next day. I bought every color. And I started buying, and I was getting them for $40, $60. Shout out to Matt Pendro and everybody giving me, like, basically super low cost. But this is before they were a thing. So I remember I was wearing the Bucks, the Ducks colored ones, white, green, yellow. And if you're not a sneakerhead, you're not going to know. But you can look up like these. And then now these are $2,000 shoes. I threw a lot of them away. Used, people are getting G's for them. And someone's like, you're skating those? I'm like, fuck am I supposed to do? We're at Brea Park. I'm like, what do you mean, man? Yeah, I'm skating these. They're skate shoes. Like, no one ever came up to me and was like, you're skating the Stevie Williams? You're skating the Jason? Like, you buy skate shoes, they look good, but you skate in them. Fuck. You could get $400. I was like, people are paying $400. This is, for me, I'm coming from black culture. This is why this is important to the story. This is before black culture was on sneakers like this. Jordans, like 120, 150 for some Jordans you're out of your mind. This is before they were reissuing Jordans, and the new Jordans were kind of lightweight ugly. So we weren't really paying that much for shoes anymore. Like, what? Like, this is a weird era. Like, the Kobe's weren't hitting, the Brons weren't really hitting. Like, none of the new basketball shoes were hitting. So this was a time in Black America where, and I could be wrong, but like 150 was max, and we weren't really paying that anymore because, there weren't any shoes that demanded it, unless there was a new colorway of an older Jordan. But I don't think they were redoing colors yet. They were still doing new colors of old shoes, but not redoing, like, whatever they're called. I don't know the whole Jordan culture. Because to me, the Jordan culture is built on the junk culture, and it's not even, to me, really, Jordan culture is not as reissues and resell, and like it's not even respectable. to me, as far as like dunks are to me the OG, like this is sneaker culture. Jordans got brought into it later for the commercial heads because they didn't understand the value and or the comfort or the purpose of the SBs. I understood the comfort and the purpose, but I didn't understand the value until that kid was like, what? So then I'm like, okay, now I got a comfortable shoe that has a little appeal to it. So there's ego in that. I'm like, okay, cool. And I got the plug. Never have to worry because I've made music for skaters before I actually made skate songs. And now I can go to skate shop nationwide and get some love from somebody. Shout out to Phobia earlier in Minneapolis. They had dope ass merch. I think Ewok did the designs back in the late 90s, early 2000s when they were floating us stuff.
I just wish those cats over there at Phobia would hit me off with some free gear or something. Oh yeah, Joe said that I could come in and just pick some shit out. That's cool. All right.
Man, so I was used to going to different cities and having skaters show up and skate shops show me love, but especially Liberty Board Shop. I had carte blanche thanks to Aaron and Evan and Justin and Cassidy and everyone. No, I'm missing some people. My brother's from Las Vegas. Joe. Man, I don't know if I told the story, but that when Brother Ali came, I brought Brother Ali to Liberty Board Shop. My homie Joe Winnegar was so happy. And he was happy. And as we're approaching this Scribble Jam documentary, which I'm scared to call dibs about, it's going to be great. The Scribble Jam documentary, I always forget to name Scribble Jam as an inspiration for pay dues. Oh my God. What a time to be alive in hip hop. I saw Doom perform at, like, just as a fan, fuck, like the epic battles, all the graffiti, the b-boy. It was just the full culture. They gave us free run of the venue. It was kind of like Thop Fest now it is, if you haven't checked it out. Except for b-boy, they don't have as much b-boys, they have skating. But just there's b-boys, there's somebody doing a piece, there's DJs battling, there's MCs battling. It was just hip hop heaven, except for you had to eat at Waffle House. Most disgusting. Waffle House to me in the history of all Waffle. Cincinnati, you could still smoke inside. Probably to this day. So imagine a restaurant where you could smoke. And I just one time saw the cook go out and smoke, not wash his hands, like wipe his. It was just disgusting. But the most crowded and disgusting Waffle House ever. The only downside to Scribble Jam, except for but you can go to Skyline Chili and get a 3-way, 4-way, whatever the fuck. But Gold Star Chili has great vegan options now. I think it's Gold Star. Anyway. Scribble Jam, I got to see Doom perform and then hang out with him maskless the next day. Him and Ben Grimm. Man, those are just moments I'll have for me battling idea, like the homies that aren't with us anymore.
Don't make it happen. I'm the reason that you even started rapping. I don't like you and I never will. You would be just like me if you had some more skills. So your ass needs to chill, just fuck it. I'm the only reason that I'm a real judge. Kid, think about it. You don't got the talent just to bust it, so fuck it. What do you really got to discuss, kid? Let me hear it. Oh, let me tell you about an idea. Your butt, you're soft. You're like my beard, you're about to get cut off. Your Scribble Jam get nothing to me. I mean, what you really want to say? Why you trying to front on me? I'm gonna break you down like you did your hand. You broke your jacking off at a high speed. Your DJ sucks, he's a one-man band that plays my song. You're dead wrong, you can never get me, you get gone. Every time you go on freestyle, you won't last long. First, guaranteed winner, you're not that strong, kid. Your beauty, look at you, your Adam's apple poking out. You better watch out from the west where we loking out. Don't be making jokes about what I do. You need to calm down, I'll serve the rest of your crew. Ass slug, you know I get felt. Everybody on the microphone touch me, get smelt. What? Your whole wax salad get crushed. Every time I hear your rhyme, it's so damn butt. You so close to my face, man, you need a toothbrush. What? I'ma tell you your rap style sucks. The dopest thing about the legend tour is us opening up. Come back the fuck down. You know that the motherfucker straight always clown. What's up now? I'll keep it on going cause you're scared to keep flowing. So when I pass the mic to you, you drop the shit like, oh my God, he's about to do me. Oh shit. Come on, dude, don't come in, you're not even in the house. You can't afford this mic on your rhyme sayer's allowance. Go call Sadiq, you need some more bits to freak. Abilities is the best thing that ever happened to you, you geek. I mean, come on, you would. Never mind, we're not gonna go into the personal business because I'm gonna act like I have a spine. Man, I hope you shine, but get the fuck out my face, man. Mac Lethal rhymes better than you. The beat is skipping, but I'm not tripping. Listen to what I do. I can rip you, and Sage Francis. I don't care about you and your little white boy dances. Nobody's that fresh. You better get off the stage, you don't impress. Living legends from the west. Oh, you just pushing me. Weak shit that you couldn't be. MCs ain't know the style that they're about to me. I make you and Sage Francis look elementary. I don't even give a damn about your style, Jack.
We had done 316, so I think there was a year off when we were on the road. I was touring 316, and Little Brother did Scribble Jam with me, and I got to help Little Brother they got their first tattoos in the hotel for my homie. It was dope, man. It was just a dope time. Like Little Brother, Doom, like everybody's just hanging out, man. Enjoying hip hop. Like Doom came back the next day to stand at the Rhymesayers booth, and it's funny watching people walk past them and shit and just hang out, and we're just talking. That is the importance of Scribble Jam.
Before I'm out, for those that don't know, Operation Doomsday. Yo, how many of y'all got the album, the first album? I have to thank y'all for that. The next shit's coming up soon on Rhymesayers. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I used to cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails, hanging bobble lops. Stop, stick around, come through, dick a sound. Fly brown, 60 sicko, psycho who throw the dick around. Bound to go 3 plat, came to destroy rap. It's an intricate plot of a b-boy strat. Femstat cats get kidnapped. Then release a statement to the press and let the rest know who did that. Metal fist terrorists, claim responsibility. Broken household name usually said in hostility.
The whole reason we started the Scribble Jam rant, Joe Winnegar used to get the Scribble Jam tapes. He saw a battle I had never seen where Sage Francis battled Ali, and he said, something like, yo, black guy, white guy with reverse Michael Jackson's disease. And then you're iller than no man. Everybody look, or something. Kill a snowman.
Hey, yo, Scribble Jam should never be won by an art pump. Fuck you and the Kool-Aid flavored cherry that's your heart pumps. I rock shit so hard you make you wanna jump. Brother Ali treats Sage Francis like a punk. Yo, I battle you even in the fucking bathroom. Only battle you ever won was in the chat room. Scribble Jam, if you all sleep on the stand. Now you go home with a fucking mouth full of middleman. Scribble Jam, you wanna prove that you were here? I'll give you a fucking footprint in your chest as a souvenir. Scribble Jam. I don't know, I'm a ratchet, I guess I'm just a simple man. And I enjoy the simple things, like serving stupid motherfuckers up like you as if this was Wimbledon. It's Love Party, when I'm wearing something shorty cause she's mad tawdry. And you don't act like you never saw me, I'm the type to be squashing them peas. You's a black man with the Michael Jackson disease. Yo, this is crazy.
You know, Ali is albino with red eyes, and Ali listens to the podcast, and this is all. So much Ali energy, man. Sorry, I don't know if he's going to beat me up because I told this story. But I believe when Joe met Ali, he goes, oh, shit, kill a snowman. And I was like, what the fuck? Why are you insulting my... Because I didn't know the Scribble Jam reference. I was just getting hip to Scribble Jam and the history of Scribble Jam. I heard like Eminem, of course, the Eminem thing. Like I heard the Eminem thing, but I didn't know like the videotapes and I had never watched them. So I didn't get that line, but I'm like, why are you insulting my friend? I'll beat your ass. No, I wouldn't beat up Joe, but it was weird. But things like that happened at Scribble Jam. Scribble Jam is important. Things like that happened at Skate Shop, but I also got these shoes that became expensive. Never sold them, never bought them or hoarded them. But it definitely was my intro to sneaker culture. And I probably would have never willingly got into it because I wouldn't have paid that much for the shoes. It took me years to try on a pair of Yeezys. And then I was like, holy shit, these are comfortable. Kanye is a 45-year-old man like me, and he has tricked young people into wearing orthopedic tennis shoes. Now I don't have to wear Skechers and my bunion won't hurt. So then I started buying lots of Kanye shoes. up until he's gone off another cliff. God bless him. Still, there's a song about it. People are really mad about it. Man, their people get mad, man, at me when I do shit that's not what they think I should do. I reposted something about saying an artist, and I've kind of been that artist, but I've never really given in to, like, you start making art that people like, then you start making art because you want to make art, then you start making art that people like. And then some people like, oh, this is making me money, I want to make money. Some people, like myself, are more like, oh, I'm beholden to these people, I got to give them what they want. But then most of my greatest moves, as this Ninth Wonder thing is, like, when I signed to Def Jux, everybody wanted me to work with Living Legends. When I did Into the Beginning, everybody wanted me to work with Blockhead or LP. And I was like, I'm going to work with Ninth Wonder. Like, I've just always try to do what I want to do and be authentic. And sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. Kanye West, God bless Kanye West, was a fucking brick. But I still don't back down off of it.
So God bless Kanye West and every other brother of color that's under stress. They wanna make you feel like you were less, even though you didn't make it, gotta deal with this mess. Hold your head and always do your best. It's a long race, you gotta pace your steps. And remember that you are blessed. It's because God loves us that he puts us to the test.
How could you be mad at saying God bless anyone, man? That's the best thing you can say to somebody you disagree with. Peace be upon you, peace be with you, brother. Like, let's keep it moving. Or you agree with. That's the best thing to me you can say, wish upon anyone. Except from, I just talked to my grandmother who I made this album for. She's 93. She doesn't care for bless you or God bless that much. She's a Jehovah's Witness. Whew, this is going to be long. Sorry, y'all. Blame Sean Kantrowitz. He said he was not feeling the 1 or 2 songs per episode. And then when I switched it up and tried to start plowing through shit, he missed the old version thing. So just, not listening to fans, but listening to fans is a tricky tightrope. But definitely not making any decisions based on mass amounts of money has been my motto. I'm at undefeated off La Brea and playing modest. While you running up to eBay, empty out your pockets, I went into undefeated, never asked for any special treatment. My brother Blake, who's become like a brother to me, my oldest son's first friend is his firstborn son's first friend or something like that. And this is what, like, I know, like, Ghostface is like, goddamn right, I fuck fans.
Wig vanished in the winter, living off land. You got damn right, I fuck fans, king me. Checkmate, props like the Michael Chip founder.
But that line for me is like, I friend fans for sure. Some of my best friends have been people who started off being just fans. My homie Dustin, my homie Hermie somewhat. And Blake is just like, yo, I can get you those shoes. And I don't know if Blake was ever allowed to give me I don't remember if he gave me a discount, but he would hold shoes for me. There were some special shoes that were in Complex that were pink and strawberry. I still have them, brown and light and cream. And I really wanted them, some designer sneaker, and he held them for me. And I think that was what kind of built a relationship. And later on, I shot videos at Undefeated because of him. A lot of people were snooty, but before Undefeated was there was a shop called Union. It was the first shop to move from the Melrose. There was Beat Nonstop, Street Sounds Records, George's Department Store that were on Melrose that were like hip hop spots. Shout out to the homie J Logic that worked at George's. Rob One worked at Beat Nonstop and Street Sounds. Workman's Outlet opened. We used to sell tapes in front of there. Then on La Brea, a guy I think he's from New York named Eddie, opened up Union. And I believe the Stussy store was there. This is when before Stussy was quote unquote hip hop. Union was a hip hop store, and it was the only place you could get Fat Farm in Los Angeles. Being the hip hop head I am, the 555 store was on Martell and Beverly. Shout out to, I can't think of her name right now, the young lady that owned it. She was one of the first people to carry my mixtape when me and Jesse Shacken had a crew called Stylist Groove, which our rival was Undisputed Champs, which was Thess and Double K in high school. And DJ Jedi used to steal all the blank tapes for both crews. If you know him from Motown on Mondays, great DJ. I took these CDs, oh gosh, I'm blanking on her name, to this young lady, a white woman, or a young lady that owned 555 store, ran the 555 store, so I don't know if she owned it, on Martell and Beverly. I would walk from Olympic and La Brea. And I would try to put our mixtapes in there, and she's like, you have all the records all the New York DJs have. Well, why don't you and your friends, like that part where you guys were rapping, more of that? That's the shit. It's before Doo-Wop put out the 95 Live that had Q-Tip and everybody rapping on it.
Q-Tip represent for the borough. I'm about to get my man. Doo-Wop is my man. For the whole New York fan. Check it out. In New York City, which is a big fucking town, we got 5 different grams. We got the Manhattan, the Boogie and Staten. Brooklyn red niggas don't say good looking. The hottest situation is the fucking Strong Isle. Connecticut and Jersey kids be getting a wild style. The place I'm from in particular is Queens Sensation Foundation.
Especially on the West Coast and on the mixtapes I was getting at the time, I hadn't heard people just rap freestyles, as they say, or non-recorded, non-album verses over other people's beats. I was like, word? And so I created my first solo mixtape after I started doing them on my own, which was horrible because Jesse mixes all the records. Jesse was DJ Sage, who went by Belief, who did God's Work, who is now Jesse Shacken, who's produced multiple pop hits and is producing my final album as we continue to work on it. He's the first person I really was like in the lab creating product and giving it to the public with ever. And he'll be the last person I do that with. I went to Union to put my tapes in there. Union started carrying mixtapes. So this was the hip hop scene. It was mostly Melrose, and there was 555 Soul, and Union opened up. Eddie and Arnold, who also worked there, went on to create I think Grey One, and I forget his brand now, but they were so kind to me. I was a 14-year-old, 15-year-old kid. And it's kind of like I hear like how the kids people at the Diamond Store treated Tyler and them. Like, you just go in because you just want to be around. Like, what can I do? How can I be down? The age you're supposed to be asking that. It's kind of off-putting when grown-ass men are like that. But this is the age that, I think you should teach the kids, mentor the kids, support your peers, respect your elders. This is the age where you're supposed to be, mentoring and helping, like putting people on. That's the age you get put on at. If you aren't if you're in your mid-30s, you're not supposed to be getting put on, really. You're supposed to be I'm supposed to support you. But I needed help. And Eddie helped. He was like, yo, he just gave me a Fat Farm fit for after prom. I had gone in there so much, I was saving up, it's a $20, $25 t-shirt at the time. That's a lot of money for me back then when I'm trying to buy records and just I'm a kid. And t-shirts didn't cost that much. T-shirts weren't like that yet. First Sir, SSUR, the homie Russ, I think the real name is, I just talked to him recently. Such a huge fan. Like, he had these Reservoir Dog shirts with this milk logo, and like he was flipping logos and shit. So I used to get a Sir shirt when Arnold started putting Marvel characters on his t-shirts, the early like Grey One, like I don't even think it was called that at first. But Eddie, who runs Union, who owns I think still, like, he was so kind to me. It was before this like excuse me if you're offended, but like the supreme, like, elitist attitude. And I get why some of these guys have elitist attitude, because you get tourists and you get like fucking, like, you get people with no social skills that are just trying to sell sneakers online and they don't give a fuck and they're rude and you deal with that all day. So it makes it kind of weird. So I get why they have the attitude, but before all that started, it was just like still places where I could go and be a kid. And he's like, oh, like I would go and buy every mixtape, like the ones with the rare grooves on it. There's a dude from Japan. I can't think of his name now, but they would just have rare, like all the joints premiere sample, but you have the original song. So Rare, we call those Rare Grooves. Shout out to DJ Rare Groove.
Divinity and humanity.
The Rare Groove tapes, I would buy those. Mr. C, Ron G, Doo-Wop, my 3 favorites. Clue came in a little later for me. I wasn't really a fan of Clue. Not that he wasn't good, just I moved on out of the mixtape phase from there. But I could get all those, S&S, DJ S&S. Oh my gosh, another amazing New York DJ.
Mic check 1, 2, ladies and gentlemen. What you're about to witness is the sounds of Uptown #1, the Black Assassin, Born Ain't Kid, DJ S&S, Old School Part 4.
So I would get all these mixtapes there. They had artists like Finsta Bundy, 10 Thieves.
It don't matter.
incredible existence which is captured by most. And if I was to die, you'd be fighting up my ghost. Spiritually moved by the sign of the times. Verbally condition myself for future rhymes. I smoke blunt, so corporate, leaping higher than the ladder. And I drink 40s, my stomach get big like John Madden.
That's how I first heard Juggernauts. That's how I first heard Company Flow. Because they would mix all these with the Biggie, with the, you know. Yeah, my favorite Biggie verse almost of all time is on a song with Pudgy the Fat Bastard called Think Big. Big Papa throwing niggas off of cliffs, smoking spliffs, and disappear with your bitch in a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Read my lips, I'll kill you.
This could be something big. This could be something big. Big Papa throwing niggas off of cliffs, smoking spliffs, disappear with my bitch in the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Read my lips, I kill you, blood is spilled too. Did I say thank you? I grant you 3 wishes, cause I be the genie. Niggas is ass out like fat bitches in bikinis. Read between the lines, see what I see. I see the diary of a sick bastard. Junior Mafia blaster, Ruger's on the hips, bought coke to flip chips, bought slugs to fill clips. Flipping coke at corner store bodegas, in the back room playing Sega. Street Fighter 2, I'm inviting you. Bring your writing crew and they dopest rhymes. I get up in that ass every time. Lyrically, I'm untouchable, uncrushable. Getting mad blunted in the 600. Ben, ask your friends who's the illest. Licking shots, niggas screaming Biggie Smalls tried to kill us.
Think big, you get big. Champagne and my wet. You can party.
And he said, like, some playing Street Fighter 2. When he said playing Street Fighter 2, oh, man, I'm inviting you, bring your writing crew in, your dopest rhyme. I get up in that ass every time. I would have never heard that. I wasn't going to buy Pudgy the Fat Bastard album, sorry. But because of these mixtapes, and then I made friends, I made community, the OGs looked out. I got my first tattoo, a Black Wave tattoo, the first tribal tattoo, my homie PJ, rest in peace. I can go off forever on him. But that block became home, and that's when Undefeated came. But those seeds were sown long before And Still was another retro clothing shop that was there I used to go to. But before Fairfax, La Brea was kind of growing that culture, and it all started with the seed that Eddie planted there. And he planted that seed with kindness and community and care, and it grew into me. I met my homie Ed, who was another dude, just took me in. Like, they would just give me, because they got all these clothes, they would just give me, my mom wasn't letting me stay at the house, so they would just give me clothes and that they were getting for free, or that they had worn, that they had got for free. He would just show up with trash, but hey, bro, here. And then, like, you know, like, let me take pictures of you. You should just open your book and rhyme. And he was the first, Ed was the first person to tell me, like, yo, I met him, he worked at Union, and he was cool with me. And then I found out he lived in my neighborhood. He's like, yo, come through and just spit your rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And just, he has ill pictures of me when I was 17, reading him what I wrote. And he would listen to what I wrote and be like, you say a lot of I. KRS-One is great because he says a lot of we. You have to bring people into your raps. He's telling me this at 17 years old. He's not even a rapper. He's just he's everything. He's just a creative genius. He doesn't have to, bro. He's just taking me in, taking pictures of me, making me feel important, but also helping me get over my low self-esteem. He's making me feel important and making me feel heard, literally making me feel heard and seen at the same time by taking my picture while I read him my raps. But because he worked at this store that sold things, and you have to, with your capitalism and commerce, you have to have the other C, which is community, and the other cuss sound, which is kindness. I'm teaching my kids consonants. Man, thank you, Eddie, man. You know, he grew up with Lauryn Hill, and that was his friend. He never even told me any of that. I didn't find out till later. He's also friends with a man named Zumbi from Zion I. I couldn't stand Zion I. Couldn't stand Zumbi. I'm just saying it like it was. And I held on to that for years, man. We done shows together. I'd be like, look, just don't talk to me, bro. I do not fuck with you. You know, I'm that kind of asshole. I'm a dick, bro. And I'm in Hawaii saying this to somebody. I'm being mean. So I'm a fucked up person, man. And that's the downside of this blood crip culture. Like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. The long way, forever. And my brother-in-law booked me for a show at a dispensary in LA during the pandemic. I showed up. and it was with Zion. I was like, oh, great. Sometimes I've turned down features because Zion, certain people I don't like are on the track. I turn down money. You can't give me no amount of money to rap with someone I don't like. I didn't care for Kweli, and I said that on this podcast. And I've whatever. A lot of this is made up in my mind. I've grown. But Pumpkinhead, God bless him, rest in peace, he asked me. And I was going to do a feature for him. I'm on Warner Brothers. I'm at the height of all my visibility or fame, however you want to say it. And PH asked me for a feature, and I'm like, I got you, of course. I love you. What you need? And I was like, I want you and Kweli on. I was like, man, let me tell you, bro, I do not fuck with him. I've turned down money to be on songs. People wanted me on songs with him. But for you, I'm going to do it. Nah, you ain't. I'm like, no, this is what you want. You got it, bro. Cause he's like my day one New York home. He was. God bless him. Man, I'm so glad I did that. So, but other than that, like money, no. So I was about to turn down the money for the show, but I was like, oh, this is my brother-in-law. He hooked this up and I need to get over myself. This is stupid. Like, especially during the pandemic. And it was like, he has 3 kids, like 3 sons. Like, it's like so many parallels. I had 3 sons at the time. I'm like, bro, I got to just work on, I've been really trying to work on myself. And up until recently, always be a work in progress. I try to tell my kids that, and I got to live it. So I did the show. And of course, Ed is there. I haven't seen Ed in a few years. He's been so kind to me. And last time I saw Ed, I talked to him, and he was like, I didn't know he knew Zumbi. He's like, yeah, we play football together. That's my homie. That's my brother. And I'm like, damn. I was like, I want to fight, cuz. Like, he's like, nah, you can't. When the OG says nah, he's like, no. And when I say I want to fight, I'm not going to, especially not going to fight at a show, but I really, and I know he knew Capoeira or some shit. He probably fucked me up, but that's how the energy I had. He's like, no, you got to squash that. That's my brother, period. Like, you got to squash that. So when I show up there, it's just a couple years after that, I hadn't seen Zumbi since. And I was like, today is the day, man. And we just all stood and talked. And I apologized to Zumbi, and I hugged him and gave him a pound, not knowing what was coming. I tell all that long story because that's what's important. Forgiveness, kindness, God bless you, instead of I want to fight you. I'm trying to learn that. And I'm so glad I did. And we also had another friend who had taken his own life that I had met in Tucson that went to school with Zumbi. He was a super nice dude. I'm in Tucson living with my family, my ex-wife and my son, and I'm just going to farmers markets, and I'm seeing this black dude, and he has an acai truck, and he's so cool, and he does yoga, and I'm like, yo, vibing with him. And he's like, oh, Zumbi's my man. And I'm like, I don't even tell him. I want to say something, I don't fuck with that dude. But I'm like, okay. And then, but when the last time I saw Zumbi, we were speaking on what a great man, and that was his other him, and they were all, he went to college with that dude. It was just so many similar things, and I spent so much time not liking this person that I had so much in common with, and I wasted time, but I'm glad I didn't waste it up until the last minute, and we were able to make peace and really just vibe. And like, I was like, yo, we should get our boys together. Like, this is dope. All over some rap. There was never anything concrete. It was all bullshit rap, ego shit. I'm learning, y'all. God bless Zumbi. Rest in peace. And I know that he's going to get justice. And like I said, I don't like to talk politics, but there's a lot going on there if you want to investigate justice for Zumbi.
Stranded on this island, myself needed solid ground, let the match spark the flame like a pilot. See me on the silent, little Z better holler. Always pop my collar, roll like a Rottweiler. Diesel when we flex the slide in my Nexus. Amp live, always represent Texas. I'ma get it hotter than the dance or chatter. Chatter, 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 chatter. Flex like it's for sex, facts, that's your fizzle. While you get in jail, they be dappling your fizzle. I keep it solar, melt down your polar. You just a little baby cub on my sonar. I've been doing it and doing it well, but you probably couldn't tell cause I'm short on my mail.
Barbershop is a place of community, union. It's where I met my homie Blake. Still a friend for life. I just had a play date with him. And was just at his youngest son's T-ball tryouts because of sneakers, because of union, because of Undefeated, which became because of union, because of community, because he cares. He met his wife working at Undefeated. I met his wife soon after because he just invited her to my family's house, and we've just been friends. I was at his wedding Yeah, I love that brother, and it all came over shoes and sneakers and community. At Undefeated off La Brea playing Modest. If I had gone in there and been a dick, he probably would have been a dick to me. He knocked me out. But we made a bond that has lasted, I think, decades now. 2 decades. Pooh starts his verse. Metro acting cats getting frowned on, we sound on.
I'm at Undefeated off La Brea playing Modest while you running up to eBay to empty out your pockets.
Sock it in the mouth if you don't want to get clowned on. Metro acting cats getting frowned on, we sound on. Everything from ball to yards, women. Ballers up in here and they bragging how they living till they car get pulled. Still at home with they mommy. Changing faces, Bull City, there's where you find me. Getting the lowdown from the nigga internet. You ain't done with my haircut yet, I swear to God. Now, if your fade is as tight as we is on the mic, just got your whip clean and your kicks on tight. About to pull the flyest chick you ever pulled in your life. Then you doing what we doing and you doing it right.
Now if your fade is as tight as we is on the mic, just got your whip clean and your kicks on tight.
Getting the lowdown from the nigga internet. We told him we're not cursing, he still said nigga. So people feel the need to, when you say don't do this, there's certain individuals that feel the need to go out of the way to do it. I don't know if this is what he was doing, but this is my brother and my boy. I don't give a fuck. But we're like, don't cuss. And he still put nigga in it. And we didn't bleep it out. I don't know why. But I don't know if he made that a stipulation. I don't think he did. But yeah, the nigga internet is a thing, man. Like, we in our community, it wasn't safe a lot of places for us to talk, to congregate, to build. And it still is a safe, somewhat safe space to build and commune and discuss serious and non-serious issues for young men to sit and listen. My stepfather was a piece of shit a lot of the time, but he took us, we lived in Linwood, he took us to a barbershop right across the street from the projects in Watts. That's where we got our haircut. Linwood was hood, but, you know, it's not Watts. So, but it was, you know, it was one of the closest barbershops. And sitting there, I heard so much, saw so much, and not negative stuff. Now, I'm not talking about gunplay or crack or nothing, because that's usually it's usually an older head that people respect in the community running a barbershop. And if you're not from the neighborhood that the barbershop is in, then you have enough respect not to go over there because you don't want those problems. And there's a little bit of respect in there. So this is where I learned about music, women, basketball, where I formed some of my sports opinions, my musical opinions, religious opinions. Like, there's so much current events get discussed here. And during the pandemic, my father-in-law was working with educating people about the vaccine, however you feel about that. And it was like, he lives in Colorado, the state of Colorado, very, very, very forward thinking in a lot of ways with psychedelics and weed and blah, blah, blah. Show coming up, 420, my first show in forever with Gucci Mane, the 420 Fest, free for anybody in Colorado. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but I believe it's me, Gucci Mane, and some other folks, free 420 Fest outdoors to everyone 21 and over. They brought in barbers in some of the black communities in Colorado and gave them, they're like, what questions are you receiving about the vaccine? Here's the answers we have. We're not saying that you should force people. We don't want you to give people the vaccine, but we want you to be informed. And even if you disagree, at least you can disagree and be informed and then go back to your community. Because we just don't want to put up flyers and things. So they sat down with the barbers. I think they may even pay them and gave them the information they needed. Whether they gave any, they didn't count how many vaccines they gave, how many flyers they gave out, how many people they converted. They just said, we want this information to reach the black community in a way they can understand and the way that they will receive it. And I thought that was so brilliant and so beautiful. Just here's the information, you disseminate it. If you're still anti-vax, cool, but now you can be an educated anti-vaxxer. Because there are those. His homie Ked, he's shouting out. I got to meet Ked when we went to the barbershop, which we'll play into a story later. I shout out my shop, Legends, which eventually blew up because they're just great guys. Quan, who has so many, lots of black people you see on TV cuts their hair. Goose, who founded Legends, used to cut hair. Superstar, he started Legends with his brother Bruce, I believe. Bruce Hathcock, who sung on Mystical Way on Good Music. This is still how community. This is like La Brea. They moved from La Brea and San Vicente, where there is, or right across the street from where it's Trejo's Tacos right now, to La Brea and Wilshire. Union was on La Brea and First. Like, this is my community. Beverly and Martell, Melrose, like, this is all walkable for me. And North, so I'm not having to deal with gang shit. It's more creative. It's a different community. It's a lot of Hasidic Jews there. The Fox Theater. It's just a different vibe. So safety, a little more safe to go north. and a lot more creative energy. There's the art supply store, all that shit is that way. So Legends moved north. I didn't really go to Superstar because I was my brother and them. I was not trying to. I went to Pico. Just different politics, different people. But my brother had always been going to Superstar. Then we all started going to Legends because I knew Bruce and their little brother. They used to rap. And then I knew Bruce through Elusive, who was making music with Elusive and his brother Josh. Once again, Elusive is still making dope beats. Please check him out. If you're not following Elusive on Spotify, you are missing out. Slaps, lo-fi bombs. Woo! Man, he's still a dope producer. His brother Josh Coswell, so talented on the horn. And Bruce, they were making great music together. So I was with Elusive and then so I knew Bruce. So Bruce cut my hair for a little while. Bruce used to give me, used to do hooks for me, just always to talk about music. His son, Taji Hathcock, is doing music. Left Coast Taji, LFTCSTTAJI, I think, on Instagram. He has a podcast. Listen to support him. Goose was recently on a T-Mobile commercial. He's the guy cutting comments here on the T-Mobile commercial.
Look at that new titanium iPhone 15 Pro. Why don't I have one? You need to go to T-Mobile where new and existing customers can get iPhone 15 Pro on them. I do need to switch to T-Mobile.
These are all people that bubbled, that grinded, but foster community, and they're a little bit older than me and just treated me like a little homie and always supported my music. When, all my hood homies weren't really fucking with it, which was cool, but, they would fuck with it. Always listen to good music. Murs rules the world. They were, day one, just playing my shit in the shop. That didn't happen in a lot of black barbershops. They weren't listening to my type of music. Quan, always, what's going on, was supporting. C2 was younger. Al lived a couple doors down from me. His son and C2's son would be at the shop sometimes. It's like community. People younger than me, people older than me, people older than us getting their hair cut there. It just built a vibe, which transferred to Fairfax, and Legends became a really big deal, even bigger deal after that. So it was shouting them out was dope to me. This is before I think they were the legends that they will become. It's funny that one of the homies, Steph Simon, who I think listens to podcasts sometimes, was like, do you know what Legends Barber? Have you heard of Legends Barbershop? Like, motherfucker. I've been rapping about Legends.
Finally made it to Midtown. Walked in the Legends out. Got one waiting, so I gotta go second. Checking in with Quan, Craig, and Goose. C2 got his son in the shop running loose to set the slang straight. Your girl is your cape, and if she's blowing you out, then you gotta set her straight. Now everybody hate to wait, but it's so much fun. A bunch of dudes chilling, no beef, no guns. Now if your fade is as tight as we is on the mic, just got your whip clean and your kicks on tight. About to pull the flyest chick you ever pulled in your life, and you doing what we doing and you doing it right.
Now if your fade is as tight as we is on the mic, just got your whip clean and your kicks on tight. About to pull the flyest chick you ever pulled in your life, then you doing what we doing and you doing it right.
Now my barber named Lester, he from the NO, best fades in LA if yo didn't know. Tighter than Jamie in the Kanye video, still freestyling, getting G's when I rip a show, especially when it's in the scope. You know I'm getting low. Shout out to all my players that be chillin' in the mo. Slim, you don't want it with him. Peel your cap back to the fat meat with this pen.
Next verse, I shout out Lester from New Orleans. Man, one of my favorite barbers. The best barber I've ever had. No disrespect to Al, no disrespect to Keith, no disrespect to Chris, no disrespect to any of the barbers I've had in my life. But God, dog, Lester, bro, man, let me tell you, bro, that man. And that's at a time when I was really, and maybe this is why I'm so fascinated, because he would put me on the Soulja Slim and all the dope shit from New Orleans. But New Orleans is a place, bro. D1, Currency, J Electronica, for all y'all who are going to discredit Juvenile, Wayne, Turk, BG, and Soulja Slim. Mystical, non-artistic shit aside. Mystical, that's just 10 top tier rappers to me I just named or so from, Big Frida. Man, New Orleans hip-hop, bro, to me doesn't get the respect it deserves. And then you could even just go a little bit to Baton Rouge and then you still get Boozy, Weeby, like Webby. Man, there is so much talent in the boot. Marcel P. Black is not from there, but reps there. My homie Lano, if you haven't heard of him, check him out. He's out of Denver now, LANE-O.
Check me out. Yeah, the whole world selling lies, let me give you my truth. Never been baptized, my mama watered my roots. Had to blossom from the bottom, so I cherish my fruit. Little badass boy with silver caps on these two. I'm photobombing everybody, you gotta capture me too. It's all love when I'm there, so when you see me salute. Black like my granddaddy Boots. He was a war vet, and yet we still got to beg for the cops not to shoot. Look, I'ma always choose my tribe if it comes down to them or you.
So much talent in New Orleans, but this motherfucker was a talented barber. But he used to cut with gold grill with a no-limit tank chain and a camouflage barber apron. Oh, man. With the soldieries on, of course. Soldier Reeboks. Oh, I love Lester, bro. And, like, his fades would be so tight. I remember I said it before, walking by Magnificent Brothers on Crenshaw and motherfuckers coming out the shop like, hey, bro, who cut you? This is how cold this man was and probably is with his fades, bro. Man. Whew. Ter Tagalucci, T-E-R Tagalucci. And he rapped and he had a song, I'm a barber, bitch. I cut your mama. And after work, I chill and get high as a mountain climber. I'm a barber, bitch. I cut your mama. And after work, I chill and get high as a mountain climber. Then had somebody come and sing, I'm a barber, bitch. And I cut your mama. Oh my God, bro. He treated his clippers like it was a mic, bro. He would talk so much shit and back it up with the clippers, bro. And this is why I started growing my hair out, because I was touring so much and I'll go to other cities. And when you're going to other cities and you have sound check, you got to show you're on short time. So you end up getting in the open chair and you get fucked up. After I had seen my fade look pristine, and this, I mentioned like Jamie Foxx's fade. I was a fade connoisseur. Like I watched Jamie Foxx fade in the Kanye video and the Gold Digger video. Like, woo, that's cold. But Nas has had the coldest fade in rap history forever. And I had Nas level. I used to have a huge Life's a Bitch 12-inch. They used to make 8x12 stickers, like the size of paper, on my folder for school. I used to look at the life-size version of that fade. And when I finally had a fade equivalent to that fade, I was not willing to accept it. I look like this because nobody can give me a fade like Lester, and I couldn't take it. I could not take it. I've tried. In between dreads, I've tried. But man, that brother took my fade to a new level. Shout out to the Get Low players. You don't know how to do the Get Low when you squat and pop your collar. I'm sure it's going to become a worldwide phenomenon because it seems like the world was slang and everything else is like 30 years behind the bay. Phil Mo, the Mo, Hunts Point, all that stuff, man. Shit I was learning going to the city. City is so treacherous and such a, unfortunately, it seems to be like an indicator of what is coming for this world. Like all the runouts and mass like robberies or whatever's happening in Frisco and like shit that you see in the film more than the Tenderloin and TL, you're starting to see in other cities, and it can get bad. But that city, as I got older, got more beautiful. When I was younger, it was too expensive. It was hard to park. It was cold as fuck. But on the whole, San Francisco is one of the greatest cities I've ever visited, and hate what's happening to it, but I still love the new things that are happening there. Man. So many Knuckleneck Tribe, like so many crews out of the Bay, out of the city. There's just a Frisco energy is different, man. It's different. It's really different. It's so different from the Bay, and people will confuse it. And we don't really have that in LA. Like people like talk shit about the LA IE. The Valley is different, but black people in LA are black people. Latino people are like the cultures from between San Francisco and Oakland and the town and the city. So if you're traveling and you're on a hip hop tour, make sure you do both. There's a difference between Too Short and Larry June, even though they're both slow flow, cool. It's different. People were saying that, yeah. I've been cooling down on my workouts. I've been listening to different things. I listened to Stakes is High while I ran. I have a song with playlist with 87 songs. So I'm trying to finish in that length, which is 5 minutes and 37 seconds. I'm trying to finish in under 5 hours and 40 minutes. That's my goal. It may not be huge, but it's mine. But I'm trying to starve myself. We're only doing 30-minute or 3-mile runs this week to kind of wind down before the big day. So I've been trying to do the same with my music and kind of stay away from my playlist so the songs are fresh. And I'm fiending to hear, like, I have 87 bangers. But I listen to Spaceships on the Blade by Larry June. It's just so Frisco.
back on my shit. Fresh off the tour bus. Man. Straight back to it though. Yeah, Lambo Evo. Press a couple buttons, parked it right by the speedboat. Sipping on some rare shit. Touchdown, shot town, mink in the rear, bitch.
Golly, this brings back so many memories, man. So I don't even remember that I shouted them out on this song, but I don't feel like the city gets enough props. So I'm glad I did. The city definitely part of shaping me early on. Shows at the Maritime. Oh man, I can't remember the song that we used to sing from Knuckleneck Tribe. I think it was. Oh no, City Side Cruise. City Side Crooks. That shit. Woo! There's just so many anthems that I heard in Frisco that I never heard anywhere else, and dances, and man, much love to San Francisco, bro. I think Rappin' Forte is ill. If you want to donate to his GoFundMe, I wish I had the link, but maybe we could put it in there. He's suffering. Another big time artist from the city. That's very, very, I think he's from the city. Yeah, I always loved my mama. When I got to the Bay and started like hearing like the deep cuts and getting into like just all the older school Bay Area stuff I missed out on, man, some classics. I'll always love my mama is probably Rappin' Forte's best song.
Mama, I made this rap for you. You're the only woman who could tell me what to do. I'd listen and take heed to what you're preaching. Cause what you're teaching has got me reaching for a higher goal. Now I can unfold a bankroll. Kick back and say my mama told me so. Mama knows best. The best is good to know. Didn't raise a dummy. Raised a pro on oxtails, peach cobbler, collard greens, smoked neck bones, black eyed peas. Cheered me up when we took second place in the Little League. You wiped my face dry and said, boy, stop crying, please. And I did, it was cool. You never played the fool. Remember when I came home late from school, you was behind the door.
San Quinn is another Bay Area legend. Like he's like known for like kind of like gangster rap kind of. He just wrote a book if you want to support that. But San Quinn, man, I knew him from like gangster rap, like kind of street rap, street turf rap. Like, and then we were at an open mic in Frisco. I seen him serve somebody off the head. And since then, he's been one of my favorite Bay Area MCs.
San Francisco Bay. Official, baby. From the C-I-T-Y, we be fly all the time. Early morning, Ocean Beach, jogging by the coastline. Shaky, least suspected San Andreas fault line. Playmakers and record breakers like Jerry and Barry. With diligence and dignity, the torch they carry built on the backs of Asians and Latinos, Native Americans, blacks and Filipinos. Beard 39, picking up 100 kilos.
You just never know, man, until you go. And that kind of brings us to the end of the song where we're talking about people used to ask all the time about this. Chris to the canvas bar.
Hey, yo, Knife, man. Me and Murs, we was in the Circuit City the other day, man. And it took me back to the barbershop. Cause I asked your boy, I said, yo, man, is Chris Bob in here today, man? He working? And you know what this dude told me, man? You know what this dude told me, Knife? He was like, nah, man, to the canvas ain't here today. Chris to the canvas. Bar. Shout out to my man Jermaine. First cut. Nigga. Sorry, Murs.
So we were at the barbershop. And he says, Chris here? Nah, to the canvas ain't here. He said, what'd you say? To the canvas ain't here today. That's what the barber said to Pooh, I believe. And like I said, this is my Nicky Giovanni version of the story. And he said, what do you mean quick to the canvas? Man, he's like, man, you know he's been talking about he's going to have a fight. He finally had a fight. And I guess he got knocked out in the first round. So they renamed the barber in the shop Chris Bar. And so I've been putting this young man's name out there. I'll probably, Pooh probably owes him a check. I think it's just Pooh's fault. But like, quick to the canvas, man. He got knocked out so quick, we call him Chris Quick to the Canvas Bar. So we just started cutting it short to the canvas. His name is To the Canvas. And then, the barber on this end started going, Chris Quick to the Canvas Bar. Chris to the canvas. And it just became like, that's how they announced him when he walked in. I think maybe he walked in after that and they announced him like that. I think that's what happened. If I can embellish, but I may be embellishing, but I think that's what happened. He walked in and somebody said, Chris Quick to the canvas, boy. And that's like that tough love, man. It wasn't like, you know, you got knocked out, but your boys were there because you told them to be there. So they got to have jokes, but they'll be at the next one too. That's the vibe I got from it. That's the brotherhood, the community. But man, we went to, this motherfucker said Circuit City because I don't go to no motherfucking Circuit City. We was at Best Buy, blood. We was at Best Buy and way far from the barbershop. To me, I think on our way to Brothers. And the dude checking us out knew Pooh and was like, oh man, you heard about To the Canvas? Oh, bro, I fell out in the fucking Best Buy. It was like news across the city, bro. Oh, man, you gotta love the black community, man. You gotta love community for that reason, whatever community you're part of, bro. Oh, man. He said, you heard about, he bringing up our CDs. You heard about To the Canvas? I'm genuinely laughing at the end of that song because I was laughing for it. I'm still laughing. 20 years later, I'm still laughing. Oh, man, just nonchalantly ringing up. I can still see it. Hey, man, you heard about To the Canvas? And we knew exactly what I'm from Los Angeles, and I already know what he's talking about. This just happened like a few days before. Bro, I think the fight was a few days before, and by that weekend, it was just, oh, man. God bless that brother. And that is Barbershop, ladies and gentlemen, and that is this week's episode. Love y'all. Thanks for listening to the Best Rapper in LA podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you like the show, leave a review on Apple Music or Spotify. And to support the podcast directly, go to patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. See y'all next week. Peace. Peace.